Hi everyone, I'm Donna and I'm from the Yoga Vine. Welcome to eFit 30 and another video for the channel. If you would like to subscribe, click on the link at the bottom of the page. That'll take you to the playlist of all Yoga Vine videos, and you can pick any of the ones that are on there and do a practice whenever you like. So today we're going to do a home practice, which is what you're probably doing right now at home. And when I don't get a chance to get to the studio, I just roll my mat out at home, and I'm in my house right now. So I thought we'd just do what I would normally do for a quick half an hour practice to get me moving in the morning when I don't have a lot of time. So what you might like to just grab is a block and a strap. We're just going to use these at the beginning to warm up and then do away with them. Yeah, just get yourself set up in a nice comfortable open space that you don't have anything around you. You're not going to bang into stuff, and we'll get going. So we're going to start with the block first. Just open up our shoulders. So come onto your knees, and you can take the block down to the low side. You know, if you're a little tight through the shoulders, start here. If you want a little bit more, go up to the higher side, and just rest your forearms on the block, clasping your hands. Walk the knees back, and we're just going to take the head down through the arms. And just take some nice deep breaths here, stretching out. You can move from side to side if you like, just feeling around into your upper back and shoulders. And if you want a little bit more on it, just walk the knees back a bit further. You could also lift up the feet, bring the head down to the floor if that's available to you. And just really taking the time to bring yourself into this space and breathing nice and deeply. So take about 10-15 breaths here. And then start to bring yourself back up again. So work the head back out through the arms, walk the legs back in a little bit. And we're just going to walk out to the side as well. So remove the block if you like, just head down to the side. Do left side first, so stretch to the right side of the mat. Just working into the left side of the body. You can even kick the left hip out just a little bit there to get more of a stretch on through the hip. Just some nice deep breaths. And then come back up again, walk on over to the left side of the mat. Same thing, we're going to just stretch it out, kick the right hip out just a little here, drop the head down. Just feeling up into the right side and feeling some space come into the right ribs. And then walk yourself back up again, back onto hands and knees. So we'll flip over onto our backs just to get into the legs a little more here. This is where you might want to use a strap. If I'm really stiff and sore, as I am a little bit today, I always use a strap, just makes it a little bit easier. So lay straight down. Over the ball of the foot, you can just grab hold of the strap with one hand. Have your left knee bent to start with. And if it starts to sort of open and feel good, you can stretch that leg out and just take some nice deep breaths into the back of your right leg as you just draw the leg down towards you. And again, just staying really soft with your upper body. So you know, if this is kind of intense for you, you don't want to be drawing up any unnecessary tension into your upper body. So just stay really relaxed with the shoulders. Let this left arm just flop out. And just breathe into the back of that right leg. Stretch out left leg if you feel like it's starting to open up a little bit. And then release and head on over to the left side. So around the ball of the foot, gather it up in your left hand, right leg is bent, and then just start to draw the leg down towards you, just feeling the breath move in and out really slowly. And as you breathe out, there's that sense of just letting go of any tension in the body, keeping the chin tucked in. A couple of nice deep breaths there, relaxing shoulders. And then release. So you can keep your block and your strap handy in case you want to use them again throughout the practice today. We're going to come to standing. Feet together at the top of your mat. Just get up nice and tall, get some nice breath into the upper body, arms reach down by your sides. Just take a couple of breaths there just to ground the feet into the floor. And then when you're ready, take a big inhale, lift the arms. And then exhale, bow forward and down. On the inhale, look up halfway, flat back, and just step your left foot to the back of the mat, drop the knee down, sweep the arms up. Nice big inhale there. On the exhale, just drop the right hip down. Take another big breath in, lift the heart, lift the ribs, and then on the exhale, press the hands down, take your right foot to the back of the mat. And just press back into your first down dog, really slowly pedaling the legs out. Let the head hang, base of your neck nice and soft, shake it out if you need to. And then look up, take a nice big inhale, big step back to the top of your mat. Bring the feet together and look forward, flat back, shoulders back away from the ears, fold down, exhale. Back up again to stand, inhale the arms. And then hands back to the heart. Take a nice big breath in. And on the exhale, bow down. On the inhale, look up, flat back, and then just step the right foot to the back of the mat. Bring the knee down, take an inhale, reach both arms up. And on the exhale, just drop that left hip towards your left heel, really stretch out through the front of that right hip. Nice big breath there. On the exhale, bring both hands down, sweeping the left foot back, come into down dog again. And just make sure the feet are about hip width apart, or you could even go shoulder or further out of hip width. Take some nice deep breaths, letting the shoulders move away from the ears, just slowly creating space in the body, being really aware of your tight bits and just going easy at the beginning here. On the inhale, lift the heels, you can take a big step, come back to the top of the mat, look forward, flat back out again, and then fold back in, exhale. Back up to stand, inhale. Bring the hands back to the heart, exhale. So you can do that for a couple of rounds if you prefer, just to go really slow. I'm going to quicken the pace just a little bit now, get going. So take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward and down. Inhale, look up, lengthen. And then stepping or jumping back into plank. Take an inhale here, look forward, and on the exhale, lower down. You can use your knees there to support that if you need to. Flatten out completely. Take an inhale, curl up. Exhale, curl back down again, and then just press back up onto the knees and then back into downward dog. So right leg lifts, nice big inhale, step up to the top of your mat, exhale. We're going to leave the left hand on the floor, take the right arm and reach it up. Just take a couple of breaths to open the chest, keep the left shoulder back, it'll want to roll into the right knee, so just to keep the chest broad and the collarbones open, just keep rolling that left shoulder back. And then release right hand down. We'll step back, downward dog. Take a nice big breath in and out. And then left leg up. Nice big inhale, exhale, top of the mat. Right hand will stay down, left arm will reach up. And then this right shoulder will want to ping in to get you around in the twist, so just be aware of that. Keep it back if you can. Press back through your right heel, lift the belly and the chest. And on the exhale, left hand down, step on back to down dog. Notice how your shoulders feel. If it feels heavy in the shoulders, use your hands to push the ground away from you and keep some support for your shoulders in the hands, being really firm in the floor. So first finger, knuckle and thumb, base of your palm, press in, squeeze your elbows in as well. Last big breath. And then lifting up the heels, big step, back to the top of the mat. Look forward there. See if you can lift your sit bones there and then fold back down, exhale. Come up to stand again, inhale, reach the arms. We're going to come straight back down over the legs again, exhale. Head comes down last, then inhale, look forward. Exhale, stepping or jumping back into plank. Lower down, knees or no knees, Chaturanga. Curling over the toes if you want to come straight into up dog. And exhale, back into down dog. Right leg up and back, inhale. And then stepping to the top of the mat, exhale, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. On the exhale, we're going to swing across the body, bring that left elbow to the outside of your right knee, and take a twist. Looking up over the right shoulder. If you need to modify it, or you just drop that back knee down on the floor to support whatever's going on in your body. On the inhale, bring both hands back to center, reach up again, inhale. And then on the exhale, bring the hands down. We're going to take this left leg up into the air and just work the shoulders back, keep the chest forward. You could grab your block here if you needed it at all, bring it onto the ground in front of you and just use that for some support. If you're happy with hands on the floor, stay with it. And then lift the chest up, take a nice big inhale, and then place the hands down flat, bend that right knee, hop to the back of the mat, three-legged dog. Take a nice big stretch there. And then on the exhale, release the foot down, pedal it out. One more big breath. And then left leg up and back, inhale, step to the top of the mat. Exhale, we'll go straight up into high lunge, so inhale up. And then right elbow swings across to left knee, twist. Again, back knee goes down if you need a little bit of extra support there. Both shoulders moving back as you move the middle of the chest around. See if you can meet the hands in the center there. Nice big breath to finish it off. And then on the exhale, bring both hands down. I'm going to step this right foot up now. So swing it on up. Grab your block if you need it. Push through the ball of that top foot. Doesn't have to go all the way out, but make it really strong. Couple of big breaths. And then when you're ready, hands go down. We're going to bend that left knee and hop to the back of the mat. Three-legged dog. So keep that right leg extended for a breath. And then release right foot down. Last big breath in and out. And then looking forward, stepping or jumping up to the top of the mat. Look up, draw the heart forward and fold back in, exhale. Take an inhale, come all the way up. Hands into the heart, exhale. Bending both knees this time, sink down nice and low, chair, inhale. And exhale, bringing that left elbow over to the right knee, stepping your left foot to the back of the mat. So ground through that right foot, pick up the left, send it to the back of the mat. Take a nice big breath, look over the shoulder. This time we're going a little bit deeper. We're going to take the left arm around and underneath the right leg. And if you can, I want you to hook the hands behind you. And if not, you could even just come to this point. So right hand on your butt, and the left hand's down on the floor. Again, block is really handy here, so grab the block if you need it. Those that are coming into that bind, open the chest, look up over the right shoulder. When you're ready, you're going to look down at that right foot, release the bind, come back to hands to heart, and then press back to the top of the mat. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, back down, right elbow shifts across. Good, taking all the weight into the left foot as you send your right foot to the back of the mat. Chest open with your inhale, hands to the floor, wrapping around underneath the back of the left leg this time. So just see how you go at getting under there. And if not, if it doesn't work for you, just come back to that first position. We've just got the hand on the floor for support, but roll that left shoulder back. Try to get a little bit more chest into it. If you're binding and you can get yourself around, think belly lifting to spine and bringing a little bit more of your right chest through. And when you're ready on your last exhale, release, bring the hands back together again. Look down to get your balance and then stepping that right foot back up to the top of the mat. Come back to the center and inhale, reach both arms. And on your exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, step or jump to plank. Chaturanga, lower down. Cobra, or maybe lifting knees and thighs. And exhale to down dog. Right leg up and back, inhale. Stepping to the top of the mat, exhale. Spin the back heel down at 45 and come all the way up into your warrior two now. So this right knee can fall in if you're not really working the inner thigh and the hips. So see if you can pull it back, make it turn out towards the pinky side of the foot. Both arms are stretching out long. Take a nice big breath, really ground in, and then keep the legs where they are, reverse your warrior. Nice big breath. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the ground on the inside. And again, if you want to use your block here for some support, have it to the inside, and then take this left arm, reach it all the way over the head. Look up. A couple of nice big breaths there. Extend the chest. Back up to the center now. Inhale. Warrior two. And on your exhale, hands go down. Step back, down dog. On your next inhale, left leg up and back. Look forward, exhale. Spin the back heel down, windmill the arms up, warrior two. Keeping an eye on that left knee now, pulling it out towards the pinky side of the foot. Stretch both arms out, keep both shoulders down, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, we're going to come down, hand to the ground, with or without your block help. Stretching that right arm out, spinning the chest up. On the inhale, come back up, warrior two, and on the exhale, hands go down, step it on back, down dog. Last big breath. Then look up to the top of the mat. Big step or jump. Look up and lengthen, and then fold back over your legs. Bow the head. Bending both knees, come back up to standing. Inhale. Straightening the legs and hands into heart. Exhale. So what I thought we'd do today, and what I do in my own practice, is an arm balance of some sort, just incorporating an arm balance whenever I practice at home. So today I thought what we might do is just get into Bujipindasana and do a couple of little things that might help you if you're still working on that, if that's a progress pose for you. So I'll show you a couple of different ways that I do it. Just when I'm feeling a bit stiff and sore, I might take an easy option, and then the option that happens when the planets align. So maybe start by rolling your mat up, or just folding it even, making some big folds and roll. And what we're going to do is place the feet out nice and wide in front of that. And then bring the hands behind the heels and start to snuggle the shoulders under, and you might just decide that's plenty. You might get to that position. Just kind of press the tops of your arms into the legs and feel a bit of resistance there. So you're trying to hug in at the same time you're pushing out. So just to feel that lift in the hips and that strength come into the hips. There's a lot of strength obviously in the arms for these poses, but a lot of a core and leg work as well to help you get that lift and to help feel a little bit of extra strength there. So start here. That can be stage one for you if you're just working on this. Press up nice and high with the hips, push into the ground, feel that inner kind of rotation with the thighs as you push out into the inner thighs with the arms. And if you're coming a little further here, push the backs of your palm, so the base of your palm into the mat, and just start to bend the knees a little bit more. We don't want to drop the hips down completely and lose this, because we'll end up going down on our butt. So we want to actually just have that still lifting and maybe in line with the shoulders a little bit. So start to squeeze in there, drop the hips but not too much, and shift your weight backwards. So start to feel the weight come out of the feet into the hands, just like we do when we're doing crow pose. So pressing back into the heels, maybe even lift the toes. As you squeeze, you'll start to feel this lift just happen anyway. So keep squeezing, draw the belly in, and you might just get your feet to come off the floor. Might just be a couple of breaths, a nanosecond. Let your body just feel that. And then perhaps you might bring the feet across and cross them. And what I find when the feet actually lock together, it gets a little bit easier to hold. Look forward, take a couple of breaths. And then slowly uncross, place the feet back down and roll on out. And just shake it out. So the wrists will cop it a little bit in any of those little arm balances. So just give yourself a bit of a break in between. Shake it all out. If you're practicing regularly and you're really working this pose up, let's take it from downward dog. We're going to jump into this feet to the outsides of the hands. So take your down dog, a couple of nice big breaths. And then lift the heels, look forward, big jump, outside of hands. Same thing, work the hands back under, work the elbows to the back there, shoulders go back. And something that I really like to do, when I grab hold of my ankles, I just start to shift the shoulders under by lifting the heel up of the shoulder that I want to get under. Pick it up, put it down, and just work your way under as best that you can, because the higher you get up in this with the legs to the top of the shoulders, the easier it gets. Hands down on the floor, behind the heels. And again, dropping down, but not too far down. Squeeze, so you feel that lift straight away. As you squeeze in, it pulls the belly in automatically. So lifting the belly, start to look forward. There's a little round in your back. Start to bring the weight out of the feet. If you can, cross. Now start to lift the chest. So as you start to bring your chest into this, you'll get a little bit more lift out of this as well. So a few breaths, holding it there. In the full pose, we're going to get down onto the ground one day and tuck our head under, but maybe today we just stay here. And then start to take the feet apart, bring them back down, coming down into a squat, shake the wrists out, hands to the heart. So we'll just take a squat here to lift up, to get a little bit of relief for the shoulders. You can close your eyes there if you need to. And then release, bring the hands down, step back into down dog. Just taking a few more breaths. And then inhale, look forward. Get into a little bit more deeper hip work now. So right leg goes up and back. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right foot. And we're just going to keep the hands down to start with. Your block can come in handy here. You can use that if it's a long stretch for you. Back knee can go down on the floor. If you're working in this and working a little bit deeper today, then keep your block out of it, hands down, or you might want to drop down onto your elbows. And at that point, you can still put the back knee down if you need to. Work the chest forward here. Take a couple of nice deep breaths to get deeper into the hip. The right foot rolls out to the side, so the sole of the foot comes off the floor, and it really just allows you to get right into that hip. So your knees out of the way. Okay, taking a couple of nice deep breaths there. And then walk it back in. Walk your right foot over to the other side of the mat. Take your pigeon pose. So bring your hands down, flatten the toes out behind you. Inhale, and then just let yourself come over again. Block is handy there under the forehead if you need it. And at any point you can just stop the video and stay for a little bit longer if you've got the time to do it. This is just a quick practice today, half an hour or so. But if you've got time to stay longer, definitely stay there and enjoy the pose a little bit longer. So we're going to work our way back up again with an inhale. So as you walk the hands back in, nice big inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, step back into down dog. Pedal it out, just get some movement back into that hip again. And then left leg up and back, inhale, stepping to the top of the mat on the outside of that hand. Drop the knee down if you need to, or keep it lifted. We're going to walk the elbows down onto the block or to the floor. Roll the sole of the foot out to the side there so that you get a little bit into the back of the hip and it goes a little bit deeper. If it's too much, just keep the foot on the floor, drop the back knee down, modify. Take some nice deep breaths, enjoy the pose. It's nice to stay longer in these hip poses. So if you want to, just stay a little bit longer. And then walk the hands back in. We're going to come across to the other side of the mat, drop into your pigeon pose, flat toes behind you, so just make sure that leg kicks out directly behind the hip. Look up, get a nice big inhale into the chest, and then exhale down, elbows, or if you can stretch out completely and you want to get all the way down, there's your other option. So really just pressing that right hip forward, pull back into the left hip just a little bit, feel the strength in the pose. If you just want to flop into it and not have anything going on, just really sink down deeply and just let all the strength out of it, just flop into it. It's also really nice for the joints. So taking just a couple more breaths. And then start to lift yourself back up. Nice big inhale, get some lift in the chest. And then back into down dog again, exhale. Last breath there, nice big inhale and exhale, move it deeply through the body, slow it down. And then on your next inhale, pick up the heels, look forward and just come through to sitting. So walk in or take a little hop and just lay straight down on your back. So we're going to take the soles of the feet together, let the knees come out wide. Just take a few breaths here, hands on the body any way you like or just out by your sides, just a few breaths. Just let yourself feel your breath move back in and out of the body, especially if it's increased and you feel like you've just gone really fast and you need to just slow down again. You just can stop at any time. Sink it all back up again. And then release. So back bends. We'll just start with some bridge pose back bends. If you're a back bender and you want to get up into this sooner than I'm going to do, go for it. But I really like to ease my way into these ones. So just curl on up, take the shoulders under. You can grab hold of the hands or just have them on the floor for your first couple, doesn't matter. Just have Make sure there's no tension through your neck when you're pushing up here. So just watch where the shoulders go, walk them down your back just a little bit there. And then to release, work your shoulders out again, lay all the way back down. So round 2 can be done exactly the same, or just as you head on up this time, walk the shoulders under, hands down, and then walk your left foot to the middle of the mat, shoot your right leg up. Let's take some nice deep breaths. Press the heel into the ground of that left foot, and then work it down onto the floor again, left side, so press in as you go up. And on your exhale, bring it down, release your arms from underneath your back, come on down. So last round can be the same as the first round or same as the second round. If you're ready for a back bend, come on up. I'm not a huge fan of back bends. They're not one of my favourite poses, but I always do one because it's such a great heart opener. It's so good for the front of the body to be open. So just take as many breaths as you can. I usually just get up for 5 breaths and then come back down again. So however you want to do yours. Hands in by your ears. Keep the elbows in. You really want to support the shoulders here. So keep the elbows wrapping in. Don't let them fan out to the side and lose the strength. Wrap them in so you've got support for the shoulders. Really pressing into the floor. So make sure the feet are down nice and flat on the floor. Curl the tailbone under. Get that lift up first. Crown of the head. Squeeze your elbows back in. Use your legs. Really push into the floor. Some nice deep breaths there as you push up, feel the chest open, really enjoy it. And then slowly come on down. So bring your head down first, tucking the chin in, roll all the way down. And then just release the arms for a moment. I really like happy baby after this one, so pick up the feet, grab hold of them. If you can't reach your feet, you can grab your knees and just bring the knees down into the chest. If you can get your feet, let the knees come out wide. It's not particularly pretty pose, but definitely feels good in your back. So just rock and roll around there for a couple of breaths. Keep the shoulders back. Any tension you might have felt in the chest or up into the jaw, just see if you can soften, slow your breath down. And then release. Rock over to the side before coming up. I might go this side. Legs out in front for a nice forward fold afterwards. So just stick your legs straight out in front of you. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, come forward. Doesn't matter how far you get in your forward fold, just let it be really relaxed through the neck and the jaw. Keep the legs on though, so nice and strong through the legs. You want to feel like you're hinging from your hips, not coming from your back. So really pull the hips back, press down through the heels, turn your quads on, so backs of the knees will press into the floor, so you've got that action. And then bring yourself down with your inhale and exhale. And it's one of those poses that you can stay here for 20 breaths if you like, or you can just stay for 5. So whatever you feel supports you in your practice. I'm just staying for 5. And then on the inhale, come all the way up, lay straight back down on the floor again and take a twist. So what I'm going to do with my twist is take my right leg over my left, both knees over to the left. Just spread both arms out. You can gaze up or over the right arm, whatever feels good. And then inhale back up, recross the legs, so left over right, all the way down. And again, you can take the gaze over the left hand or straight up. Just working the shoulder back to the floor, this left shoulder, if you can, just to reach that twist up into your upper back a little more. And then inhale, come back up to the center, hug the knees into the chest. And then rock up to sitting. Take a down dog, stretch it out. If you want to take a vinyasa in there, go for it. And just hang in your down dog for a few breaths, just feeling into the space that you've created in your body now. So it's nice to maybe stay for a few extra breaths in a down dog. Especially towards the end of your practice, just to really feel that space that you've made with your breath and the movements that you've had in your practice, the poses that you've had. And then looking forward, we're going to come through to sitting, so walk in or jump in, come into cross legs, and just bring the soles of the feet together. So if you need support with your hips, if you've got tight hips, sitting on a block is always really useful when you're folding forward and any hips. So just peel the feet apart if you can get them apart, just to help with that. Inhale first, just roll over, make it nice and relaxed. Bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Just let it all start to become really soft in preparation for Shavasana. Just the last couple of hip openers before we lay down. Come on all the way up and then take the legs out. And just bring your right elbow down to the floor. If that is hard for you, again, block is good here. And just wrap this left arm behind the back. Just open the chest, roll up. So towards the end of a home practice for me, I just incorporate a little bit of yin, so I might just be here for a few extra breaths. If you've not got the time, you just 5 to 10 breaths and come straight out of it. If you've got time and you want to spend a little longer in something, just take the time, pause the video, just stay for a little longer. Come on up, do the other side. So elbow on the block or down on the floor, wrap your right arm behind you, and as you start to lean across, just rolling the chest back, opening up. As we move into twisting, it can get hard to breathe deeply, so just notice if you start to constrict your breath and just see if you can open it up. Breathe nice and deeply, lift the heart. And then release, coming forward. Back up again, block out to the side, setting yourself up for Shavasana now. So legs out, roll down, and just walk your body out from the center of the mat. So walk your shoulders out, walk your legs out, hips under, really get that little bit of extra length in your spine before you come down. And just take maybe half a minute or so to just flop down and really start to relax. And if you do have time to stay for 10 minutes, take a nice long Shavasana and really enjoy it. And if you don't, just take a minute or so. Just make sure you close your eyes down so that you don't have that stimulation of sight, all the things that go on around us with lights. And also it can be really hard when you're practicing at home, you might have a lot of noise around you. Just taking that one thing away, your sight, closing the eyes and just letting the gaze sit right between your eyes, gazing deeply into that third eye space. And just taking a scan of your body before you let yourself go completely. So just make sure you've really released any of that tension that you might have had in your body from the beginning. Especially through those areas that we find we hold our tension, through our shoulders, through our hips. And once you feel as if you have completely relaxed your body, just move into that space, your inner body. Just let yourself stay. Stay as long as you need to nourish the body before coming back out of it, back into your day. You might decide that you need to stay longer if your day is going to be busy. So if you've got that luxury of being here for a long time, then do it. And let your body be restored, rebooted. And then when you have had that time there, just slowly bring yourself back out by wiggling the fingers and toes, bringing that life back to the body slowly. Stretch your arms up above your head and just bring your legs together, stretch out nice and long. And then bringing yourself to the right side of your mat, so bending the knees up. Just take a couple of breaths. Just letting your body undo itself slowly to come back up to sitting. Once you've made your way back up, just getting nice and comfortable, sit for a moment. You can close your eyes again. Just take a few moments before heading back out into your day. I hope you've enjoyed your practice today with myself and the other members of the Yoga Vine. And as I said at the beginning, if you'd like more from the playlist, just click on the link and that'll take you to all the Yoga Vine videos. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.